If we empower ourselves with the right attitude and excellent aptitude, we will rise up to much higher altitude in our lives. This is well known to everybody. But what is the right attitude and what is excellent aptitude? What are they? Are they innate or are they nurtured? Attitude is the positive, negative, or indifferent feeling that we have towards people, objects, ideas, and even events. It is entirely mental. Aptitude, on the other hand, is entirely physical. It comprises of our skills and our talents. To a very small extent, aptitude is innate, especially when we talk about natural talent in arts like painting, like singing, sometimes even sports, but largely it is nurtured because it is nothing but the capacity for learning. While attitude is associated with character and virtues, aptitude is associated with competence. And in today's fast changing world, it's very important to be very competent continually, otherwise we'll become redundant. And to be competent, we need to keep upgrading our knowledge and our skills. And that comes automatically if you have the right attitude. So you see, attitude is the mother of aptitude. In our own circles, in our circle of friends, we might have had, I'm sure that all of us have, plenty of people with a positive attitude and some people with a very negative attitude. When a person with a negative attitude walks into a room, it's as if the energy has been sucked out of the room. When a person with a positive attitude walks into a room, the room is suffused with contagious energy. So that is why it is very important that we should keep nurturing our positive attitudes while amputating the negativities. I want to share with you a very interesting story from the Puranas, just to press home the importance of having the right attitude towards life. One day Narada was walking through a forest on his way to Vaikunta when he came across a sage who had apparently been sitting and meditating for years because an anthill had formed around him. So Narada stopped there and asked the sage, "How many years have you been meditating?" The sage replied, "I am not very sure about how many years exactly, but it has been many years." So the next question, why so? The sage responded, "I am praying to the Lord to grant me moksha in this very birth. And sir, since you are going to Vaikunta, please ask Lord Vishnu when I will attain moksha." Narada smiled and walked on. After several miles, he comes across a seemingly loony person dancing and screaming with his hair flying all around. But as Narada drew closer to him, he realized the man was actually chanting God's name. So Narada stopped there and asked him, "What are you doing?" The man responded, "I am dancing and praying to God because I want to attain moksha. And sir, since you are going to Vaikunta, please ask God when I will attain moksha." Narada smiled and proceeded to Vaikunta. Several years later, Narada was going through the same forest. He came across the same sage sitting and meditating, continuing to meditate. This time, the sage asked Narada, "Sir, did you ask Lord Vishnu about my moksha?" Narada said, "Yes, I did. He said that you have to take on 3 or 4 more births before you attain moksha." The sage was aghast. He started wailing. He started sobbing. "I've been sitting here for years praying to God, asking for moksha, and he wants me to take 3 or 4 more births. No way. That's going to take too long." Narada quietly continues his journey, and shortly he comes across that seemingly loony person continuing his dance and his chanting. And on seeing Narada, that man stops and asks Narada, "Sir, did you ask God about my moksha?" Narada replied, "Yes, I did." He said that when all the leaves on this tamarind tree fall to the ground, you will attain moksha. Hearing this, the man started dancing and chanting with even more vigor, and one by one those leaves started falling to the ground, and suddenly there was a flash of lightning and a loud clap of thunder, and a lordly voice announced, "You will attain moksha right away." So what is the relevance of the story to today's world, and how is it related to attitude? In fact, if you notice, this story very vividly paints what is attitude. You cannot just sit in one place and hope that your wishes will get fulfilled. You need to be nimble, you need to be on your toes, you have to be very active to have your wishes fulfilled. I know it is not so easy to go about doing this, but then what is the fact of the matter is, if you're nimble and on your feet, and if you work hard at it, sometime or the other, your dreams come true. And the other attitude learning that comes from this particular story is about patience. Patience is a wonderful virtue, and it's an attitude. It needs to be nurtured. Instant gratification is something in the realms of dreams. It doesn't happen. Some of your goals you will achieve quickly, but many of them will take a long and hard, arduous journey. But then if you keep at it, like I told you earlier, you will definitely achieve most of them. But all these traits are governed by your attitude and your aptitude. So nurture your attitude and your aptitude, build up a great attitude and aptitude, and you will get moksha in your relationships, in your personal life, and your professional life. Good luck.